Thank you very much for joining us. We begin this news hour in Algeria, where a court has sentenced two former prime ministers to long prison terms for corruption. Ahmed Ouyahia was sentenced to 15 years and his predecessor Abdelmalek Selal to 12. The charges came from sweeping investigations into fraud allegations after the former president Abdelaziz Bouteflika stepped down in April.
To other news now, and the Chilean Air Force says one of its cargo planes headed to an Antarctic base has disappeared. The C-130 Hercules was carrying 17 crew members and 21 passengers. Contact was lost a few hours after it took off from southern Chile, and rescue teams have been activated.
At this moment, there are two F-5s in the air, also doing a search, in case we might find survivors or rafts floating in the sea. We continue with all our search procedures to find in the area the airplane, or whatever we might search and find in the area.
To the Czech Republic now, where 6 people have been shot dead at a hospital. The shooting happened in the northeastern city of Ostrava at the University Hospital. The gunman reportedly shot people at close range as they were sitting awaiting on the trauma ward. Czech Prime Minister Andrej Babiš has described the incident as an immense tragedy.
So we know that he was a construction technician. He shot 6 people and 2 are being operated on as we speak. He escaped the shooting in a car and was involved in a chase with the police for quite a long time, but eventually he stopped and shot himself in the head. It seems that he's dead, and what we know is that he believed he was sick. He went to the hospital repeatedly, but wasn't treated, and he was a silent shooter. We just know that he suddenly opened fire, aiming at the heads and chests of people around.
Talks in Paris ran late into the night as political novice Volodymyr Zelensky faced the test of his diplomatic life in his first bilateral meeting with Vladimir Putin. The Ukrainian president does have something to come home with, a promise that all Ukrainian prisoners detained in Russia will be released by the end of the year, and the parties will aim for a ceasefire by the same date. But while Russia continues to deny its troops have ever been active in eastern Ukraine, Ukrainian President Zelensky admitted any ceasefire remains fragile.
I would like to outline a number of principles which I will never violate as the President of Ukraine, and with which Ukrainian people will never agree. First, there is no chance for federalization. Ukraine is a unified state.
South Korea is having a relatively warm winter day today, but instead of freezing cold winds, people are taking refuge from the ultra-fine dust pollution that's choking the whole country.
The sky is thick with hazy air and people are covering their mouths and noses with masks. Both fine dust and ultra-fine dust levels have risen today, especially in the capital and surrounding areas.
In Hong Kong, 10 kilograms of homemade explosives have been found near Hua Yan College. On Monday afternoon, police cordoned off the scene after 2 types of powdered chemicals, a large number of iron nails, and a radio telephone were found. Police say the phone is believed to be a bomb detonator. They say the remote control devices could cause a large number of casualties. All dangerous objects have been removed and the college is open as usual. Hua Yan College has issued a statement saying there's no proof the items belong to their students or staff. They say they will fully cooperate with the investigation.
We are currently sitting at stage 4 load shedding. Are we expected to go up to stage 6 anytime soon?
Good morning, Faith. No, the outlook for today is up until 11 o'clock tonight to maintain stage 4.
Okay, so with regards to the maintenance of stage 4, I must ask you this, Jan, how long are we going to actually have this phenomena of load shedding actually take place?
The outlook for this week is to maintain load shedding because of the weather. So these are some very challenging coal handling challenges that we've got. And then also we have a number of units on unplanned breakdowns that need to return. So unfortunately the outlook for this week remains there will be load shedding.
It was the Ice Bucket Challenge born 5 years ago, raising more than $220 million to fight Lou Gehrig's, to fight ALS. The idea, simple. Take the challenge, a bucket of ice, and raise money.
I'm proud to take the Ice Bucket Challenge.
Ice Bucket Challenge for ALS.
Bill Gates, Oprah, LeBron James. And we here at ABC News, Amy Robach with her hands to her face, but the New York City Fire Department got to me first. And so much of it inspired by the story of one brave fighter. Pete Frates, a young college baseball star, captain of the team at Boston College, diagnosed with ALS at 27.
For a young guy like myself to be diagnosed, hopefully I can use my youth and the networks that I'm part of to promote some awareness.
Marie Fredriksson of Roxette has died at age 61. She died on Monday following a 17-year-long battle with cancer. In 1984, Marie teamed with Perpetual and formed Roxette. Thanks for painting my black and white songs in the most beautiful colors. You were the most wonderful friend for over 40 years, Per said in a statement. In 2002, Marie was diagnosed with a severe brain tumor, receiving an aggressive treatment that took its toll, but ultimately was successful. By 2016, Marie's doctors advised her to stop touring and focus on her health. The group's final performance was at Grand Arena in Cape Town, South Africa on 8 February. According to an official statement by Dimberg Management, Marie's husband Mikkel Baljos and her 2 children Josephine and Oscar asked for respect in their grief. The funeral will take place in silence with only Marie's closest family present.
Well, we're in central south of Paris at Metro Duroc. It's on the right bank in the French capital here. Now, this is the 6th day of a major transport strike and the second round of a major group of street protests, with unions really hoping to up the pressure, as we've just heard. Now, we've been speaking to people down here this afternoon. The march itself is extremely compact. You should just be able to see behind me people wandering along, flares and banners very much in evidence. The idea is that they're trying to put yet even further pressure on the government to try and get this pension reform withdrawn. The people we were speaking to, they are digging in their heels almost as much as the government is. Of course, this signature reform from President Emmanuel Macron to try and reform over 40 pension regimes into one single universal pension point scheme. And the mood here is absolute outright determination for it not to go through. They want it withdrawn completely. They see it as a great deal of the government trying to just chip away at the welfare state that has taken generations to build.